performance on mounts. That will be a fun one.
There you go.
Okay. There we go. Oh shit!
There you go.
That is awesome. I love this.
Yeah, we've been looking forward to that for a long time.
I'm
As soon as
sure.
I hopped on
to
the
make
back
you
of
take
it,
fall
awesome.
damage.
Lovely.
So let me tell you about the rest of it, what we have in store. This is our 27th update. You've heard about our main fair, which is Stone Garden and Castle Thorn, the two dungeons. There's also tons of new items and cosmetics, which is kind of our norm for any one of our updates. We'll see some of this as we go along. We'll talk about some of the achievements as we go along. This also includes, especially TTS, the new prologue for the next update. So if you haven't checked that out, you might. If you're familiar with the Rivenspire storyline, it will be.
You gonna steal my thunder?
I'm done saying that part. Sorry, it slipped. You're just so good. What else do we have? There's also, since I can't talk about anything else, we have passing in houses, which is really cool. You can take your mount, you can take your pet, you take your assistant and drop them in and put them on a path and have them run around the house. It really feels cool and makes the house feel much more interactive. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
I love the person who took all their mounts and pets and then made like a wild horses stampede across their entire house.
Oh, that's
and so just all these multicolored like horses and cinches and everything running around their house.
Oh, that's really awesome. I really like that. I mean, obviously I've got this huge, I've got the stronghold. And really
nice.
done it up beautifully at the moment. But, obviously I've just got the horses standing there, like, bottom of the stairs. And inside... that is one thing I wanted to ask you. Is there any possibility of increasing the amount of pets and stuff that you can have inside the house?
So we evaluate that quite often. We will give we can. That is also a balance between what systems have and how we can get everyone to have a good balance.
Yeah.
Memory especially can be an issue on consoles to make it harder for us to bump things up. And we try and be consistent. So yes, we are actually working. That's a good segue on performance. That's one of the things we're constantly working on. And this is probably our third or our fourth performance update where we've got a plan and we're hitting it. This one we've focused on persistent AoEs, improving the ones that we lost performance. We've actually reviewed all of our item sets and restricted the ones that were having performance issues to make them more performance. I don't know why that's my word for the day. We've also done critical system memory improvements. Basically, in high memory situations, there should be fewer crashes.
And
along this.
It makes things more performant.
That's true. Engine. We have done improvements to our physics engine. Similarly, it should be more performant with fewer crashes. To our own hearts, trials now have back-end work, which has them distributing over multiple computers, which should make them perform better. We've done database caching work. Basically, there's a lot less hits on the server looking for information. The end result should be more overall server performance. And then lastly, but not least, intermittent load screen fixes, which should help specifically with serial and Craglorn issues.
Especially that this may be an unusually long load time.
Right, that is specifically, I think I said that so much nicer there, don't you? But yeah. We're looking forward to these improvements. As always, there is no silver bullet, but we feel that we're making good progress along the way.
I must say, there has been quite a great performance boost since the massive update that came at the beginning of the year. Before that, it was great. I mean, it was good to play, but then you actually noticed how much better it was after the update.
Right.
Love to hear you say that.
Especially playing on PS4.
Here. So that's it. I'm going to turn it over to Finn. He'll be your tour guide. Call any questions out you have, and we'll answer them as best we can.
My only question is somebody going to kill all the ads for me because I've literally got like nothing.
No, yeah, that's what Shane's here for.
Fantastic.
Shane, no pressure.
Yeah.
It's got this.
I mean, I can heal
think
you for
so.
days. But
Perfect.
Oh,
That's
Thorn,
your heal will be
that's good
appreciated.
because Jeremy is usually the healer, and I use the term healer loosely.
You can heal me. You can make me look good. That would be awesome.
There you go.
I'm actually
we'll
I'm testing out a build that came from one of the many websites dedicated specifically to builds. So yeah, I'm gonna try out and see exactly how it works.
Okay.
Awesome.
So as we jump in here, we can walk up here. But you're obviously familiar with the game. Have you played the Daggerfall Questline at all, specifically Rivenspire?
Yeah, so a bit of it at the moment. I'm about like halfway through it at the moment.
Seems fairly
Okay,
quiet.
so this right here is
You're
Gwendis,
not
and
misleading
if
me,
you
are
played
you?
Rivenspire, you will recognize
What I
Gwendis.
told you
She's
is
from
true.
House
I see
Raven
no
Watch.
need for this
There's a group of
disturbance
vampire
between
hunters that
us.
are also vampires, but
Showing
they
me a
don't like
spooky
evil
castle
vampires,
proves
so they're
nothing,
trying to
Talfig.
kind of like
Get us inside without drawing attention. Then I'll
change
decide
the
how to
world's
feel
perception.
about
It's her and Verandis and Rivenspire.
Then maybe we
And
could move faster.
she's here investigating because she
I'd like to
captured
get
this
in
guy
before the
Talfig,
queens see
who
us.
was preying on people and basically being a scout, and he led her to this castle, Castle Greymore. And like I said, we were looking for that gothic feel. If you look up, you can kind of see all the cool spires.
Can I unlock this as a house? Because this is awesome.
Yeah, right. So and we actually are here at night too, so it's actually really cool that you got the moons and everything.
Yeah.
Very cinematic.
Whose idea
So
was it
we
for the
are-
double moons? Because that is one of my favorite aspects of the whole of ESO. The fact that there's these beautiful big double
Elder
moons.
Scrolls has actually established that double moon, Master and Seconder. I mean, I don't know when they first had the double moons. Was it Morrowind, Daggerfall? I'm not sure when. But that's been like in Elder Scrolls lore for. And if you talk to the Khajiit, there's also the third.
Yeah.
No thing underneath War Towers or whatever. Anyways, so she's here with Talfig. Talfig's letter here said that hey, there's a vampire, female vampire lord that's leading an army, building an army to unleash on Tamriel, and maybe you should come investigate and stop it. So that's what we're gonna do here. You can actually take the quest if you want.
Okay.
There's no you don't have to worry about it. And you might get more context, a little bit more context.
doesn't
with
stop complaining,
Wendy's
I'll toss him into one of these graves. Here I am.
she has a little bit of an
establish
updated
vampire
look from
threatens
when
all
you
of
saw her
Tamriel,
in
and I need to rely on
Rivenspire.
this insufferable toad.
Just gave her a little bit of an upgrade.
I could ask the same of you,
Yeah, I like
but
the
I
hair.
don't really care.
Yeah,
The
right.
ruler of this castle, one Lady Thorn, apparently decided to start amassing her own
I
vampiric
think she
army.
had axes.
Bad move on her part.
Rivenspire,
I want to know what
she
she's
has
planning,
daggers,
and then stop it.
Her armor has.
This
it's
worm
not
of a
short
fellow
sleeve
found me in
anymore, I
solitude.
think.
Insists he
Yeah,
just
she's
escaped
a little
this
bit of an
place
upgrade.
and
so
needs to
that,
show me what the lady's up to.
Grown a
Yeah,
bit.
she had to dress for the
Sneak in my
weather.
usual way with her.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. I
since
can
you're
totally
here,
feel that.
feel like helping me
She's
storm
also
the
dressed to
castle?
make sure that no vampires bite her arms, I suppose.
Right, exactly.
Talfig
Real
claims
danger.
there's a secret door that he and I can use to slip in. But Lady Thorn's creatures...
Okay.
Okay. So let's head up on
All right.
here,
That
and
should
this
promise.
is.
Now show me the secret door.
So you're going to see Lady Thorn has been around a long time. She actually controlled this castle, and we actually we had a small article on the Elder Scrolls website that kind of explained, how she came to be controlling this place, and but locals have been disappearing lately, so that we're here to kind of investigate why that's happening, the reason for all that stuff. Not only that, she's been, like I said, she's been around for centuries, so she's been to many different lands and built her army up. Next is Centrot. So she obviously has been to the Khajiit lands, and she's kind of infected Centrots. It's obviously a powerful game.
I really like this flat bean. That's cool.
And as we go in later, you can see. Oh man, I'm out of. I need to use that.
Like the characters look scary.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the like core tenets that we've had for this entire year. We wanted to tell a darker story.
Yeah.
So for both of these dungeons, we were able to, kind of plumb the depths of any number of things. This is a classic vampire route. It's a castle. It's a really huge gothic castle in the snowy mountains. You know what I mean? In inclement weather and everything like that. And you're going through it. And the other one, you're in a mad scientist laboratory. He's a mad alchemist in Elder Scrolls. So you know what I mean? We kind of are able to pull those things of like, if you would think, hey, what are some good horror stories or something like that? that's pretty much what you would call out. So this is Dread Tendulra, who is like the guard dog to the front gate. It's a very big death hound. It's gonna put fire on the ground. Go ahead.
He's kind of like a one-headed Cerebus.
Right. Although he's going to summon other dogs now. And he also will leap on people and start to chomp them, and then somebody else needs to run over and interrupt them. Yeah. There you go.
No.
Usually Jeremy's the one who gets sleeped on.
It's the healer. Like I've noticed, there's like some bads that just don't like healers.
Oh. Was it you?
Oh yeah. He's got me twice so far. Oh, that was a good one.
Oh, he's mean. Bad dog.
He is mean. Where at?
See, I think he's leaping on the person who he sees as the most dangerous.
Yeah,
That must be it.
If he's jumping on Jeremy, then he's a bad joke.
Well, yeah, we're not sure on his quality of judgment, but
I think it's the code that we put in if Jeremy's there. Might be nice. We got 2 healers. Together. I got you.
just set it up.
This is great. I love this.
So this dungeon has the traditional structure that we have for 5 bosses. With a hard mode for the final boss. And what we did for Stone Guard is we changed it up a little bit. We had player feedback has always been, or not always been, but it has been sometimes that the people wish to challenge themselves to a third level.
Pick up a scroll.
We've had that for like the final boss, right? But for Stone Guard, what we did was there's only 3 bosses, but each boss has their own hard mode in Veteran. So for players that want to really challenge themselves, they can get that hard mode on every single boss.
Oh, that's cool.
And we're gonna try that out and see, see how well that's received, and maybe we'll carry that forward to future dungeons. It worked really well in Trials. We started it with Sunspire and then carried it over with Kynes Aegis. So yeah, we're pretty excited about that and see how players.
Please forgive my hospitality.
Yeah,
Now
it's
we're
not-
in the grand.
it depends whether or not you're running with like doing a speed run just to
Yeah.
do some
Right.
stuff, or if you actually really want to test your bullets.
This room is the kind of like the grand entrance. The castle proper, so yeah, it's really cool.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, in a dark gothic kind of way, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not saying you would want to build a summer home here.
I mean, it depends.
I mean, in ESO you would, but not like
I mean, I probably would.
So now we get to go into the castle proper. Like I said, that they've had centuries to kind of build up this army, and they've really been laying dormant for a while. So for them to start really building forces and building ammunition, that's kind of what the history is. What exactly is the purpose for them building an army? We find out a little bit more here. Gwendis and Talfic have joined us. I love their banter back and forth. Gwendis is always a great character, and Talfic has this kind of
You should be
air
pleased.
about him that
No need to fear with us around.
for lack of a better word, he's an asshole. So
Yeah, there's a few characters in ESO that just work really well together.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, and so that'll give you a little bit more context about why you're here. Yeah, Gwendis is gonna find out all kinds of stuff in this dungeon, and as we do with the prologues and stuff, you kind of find nuggets of information, and then as you in the dungeons, and then as you do the prologue, those nuggets of information have context. So as we walk through here,
Well done,
you can
Talfic.
see Gwendis
You
and
brought me
Talfic
a
show up,
daughter of Verandis
and now you're
as
going to hear Lady
requested.
Thorn.
She will complement our Lord's army well.
What is
And
this?
she talks about
Damn it, Talfic. What have you done?
Verandis's
Your blood flows
pet.
strong, Gwendis.
So this was obviously a
lady
plot by
has
Lady
need
Thorn
of
to
you,
lead Gwendis here.
but she
Talfic
has
was part
no
of it.
use for the others.
So Talfic
No,
is now
you
going to
won't get
surprise.
away so
Talfic's a
easily.
bad guy.
Oh,
I
goodness.
refuse to let him win.
Bat form away. Gwendis is going to chase after him, but now we get to deal with this guy. Blood Twilight.
He's cool though.
He is. So
Does he
the area
fly?
he's in right. Yes, and the area he's in right now is a pool, and it's a bad pool. You don't want to go there.
Okay.
So
I'll fall into pool.
not,
Okay.
yeah, it's not dangerous at the moment, but it will be soon. He also summons these little Hemopterras, which we need to. They kind of buff him up if we don't.
Oh, I hate that.
And then he's going to eventually go in the pool, as like right on cue. And see, now he fills it with red nastiness. Yeah, and then he spawns little spectral versions of himself and try to knock you in.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like I said, it's like a pool after
Oh!
you get it knocked in.
Almost.
Man. Oh, your tip says.
He also puts out these little bombs if you want to avoid. Like I said, this is kind of like a bad pool.
Test the chemicals so you can tell.
Yeah. That's the way. They build the pool up with the chemical itself.
We gotta get these guys.
I mean, you don't have to. I've killed 2 so far.
Does anybody ever get like, concerned about your mental state after seeing the dungeons you guys do?
I'm concerned about people's mental state sometimes after watching them. But not generally. I mean, I think we're pretty well established to be kind of crazy, so I don't.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
No! Died!
I was thrown in the pool.
Have your ult up? Alright, I got you.
I do not have my ult up right now. I will in a minute.
Alright.
Alright.
Oh, there you go.
There
You had one job to do, Jeremy.
You were supposed to make me look good.
Don't worry about healing. I got it.
more from you, man. Sorry.
Well, it wouldn't be a dungeon if a healer didn't die at least once.
There you go. I'm glad that glad you said it.
Good. Because Petita mocked me mercilessly if I said. So because these guys are up, the Emanopteras or whatever they're called, it's harder.
Yeah.
Totally the wrong man. I'd have used it.
Hip-hop
You know,
terror.
something for it.
Cool, man.
Oh!
Run without Jeremy saying the wrong name. Nope. I think, get him. Yes. So that's the Blood Twilight. It's the second boss in here. Again, there's a lot of like really cool visuals. So if you look up, you can kind of see the gargoyles. Those are new vampire gargoyles that are kind of like staring over the area, and meat hooks and chains and stuff.
Did you think of making maybe the gargoyles come down and actually attack you as well?
Maybe later. You'll see. So one thing we try to do in dungeons before you actually face a mechanic that will potentially kill you is we try to telegraph those mechanics. So if you look at right here, as you get close to this sickle, it pulls you in.
Oh.
And then it has like a little damage shield on it that you can break. Okay, and then you get this green circle and you can use it. So if you come over to the circle real quick.
Okay.
Come over and stand in it. And then turn around and face that corpse.
Okay.
That bristleback.
Oh.
Hit E to use.
Oh,
See?
wow. What is that?
And then you get these little buddies. These are, these are helpers. So, like I said, yeah, we try to telegraph mechanics that you're going to see kind of later in maybe in a boss fight.
Oh,
yeah, so that you don't have to experience it by death.
Your little buddies die very quickly.
Yeah, your little buddies die. Well, they're still going right now.
Oh, there we go.
And those kind of sickles are littered all over the place. So you can see them as we come up over here.
Okay, you stack buddies. Can you have like an army of groups?
Yes, you can. You can have as many as those sickles.
That's
Yeah, thinking about it now, we probably should have had an achievement for amassing like 12 of them.
Yeah.
Not buddies.
Snot buddies? Is that what you said? That would have been perfect. So there's another one over here. No. This one.
More groups.
I did the official sound effects and then they changed them. I can't believe it. I have the cooldowns. Right. Originally we had this in here where block when doing that. Oh, never mind. Yeah, you get knocked down if you don't block. So this guy right here, though, this Reanimated Vampire, he is what happens when the vampires in her army fall and then they get reanimated by creatures and stuff. So they are like they don't have kind of free will. So the other vampires in here
Such power. Perhaps I should not let my pet tear you limb from limb. Vodaroth can take your soul instead.
they don't have free will, and the other vampires don't want to become that. So they kind of like usually try to keep their distance.
So they're like zombie vampires.
Kind of. So, and this is the that alludes to this, which is the thing that is actually doing that. So if you see on these little slabs, there's these reanimated vampires. I don't know how to phrase this. All right, good. So on the slab, no worries. There's these reanimated vampires right here. This is the guy that's doing it. This is Vadaroth. He is a Wraith of Crows. Now, Wraith of Crows are traditionally Daedra dedicated to Nocturnal. But if you see the vampiric runes on him, the vampires have summoned him and bound him to their will. So Vadaroth has to spend his entire time reanimating vampires.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
And if you look up, you see all the meat hooks with a bunch of different creatures on them. So Vadaroth also uses a sickle, so that might be important. See the mechanics.
Just a little clue.
So, all right, let's do it. See what happens.
Send the gloops in first.
Yeah, right.
Because you talk so much.
I'm sorry. Once we go, we'll explain it as we go.
And go! Shane will start aggroing him early.
There we go.
Oh.
Yeah, so we all get pulled in and we all want to avoid each other. And now you can use that sickle to target the meat hook
people. Oh, that's cool.
And then we get the Rulant guys. So if you recognize, there's also a kind of like a hidden. If you recognize when we first walked in, Vadaroth was screaming, and he was highlighting very specific creatures on me. If you remember what those creatures were, when you use the sickle and you target those, you get one of these big virulent lizards to help out, and he doesn't get a chance to add those. So it's kind of like a mini memory game, just to remember which one he highlighted and to use the sickle against those. I think there's an achievement for doing that.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yeah, there is. Yep, there's no veteran.
Of course there is.
You can go ahead and use it if you want. Throw it at one of the courses. Oh, we'll get it next time. He's quick.
He'll take it back.
Oh, so he's not a good sharer, is he?
No, he is not. We tried to get him to share.
Yeah.
But,
looks so friendly too.
I know, right? I mean, you would just expect. It's like a kindergartner.
His favorite toy.
He's a 20,000-year-old. I don't know how old he is. I didn't ask. It's kind of rude.
Alright, we'll bust this one. You can just hit E on any of those corpses if you're looking at them up top there.
Yeah.
Oh, he called it back already.
Yeah, he didn't share well.
Guy, come on, man.
I kept looking around looking for the command and it wasn't coming.
We'll get one more shot at it here. Let's try it again. Yeah, once you're in the green circle, you'll actually have to use your cursor to point at one of the corpses, and then you'll get the E to use prompting to be able to.
Yeah, generally we try to. That's kind of the usually like highlighting. Give people a chance to see how it works, and then when they see it in a bar, they get the opportunity.
There we go. Nice. Oh yeah, you got one of the big ones too.
Woo!
You got one of the. There you go. So now he won't add in that other one. We did it right.
Attrition.
Watch out for that circle. Big heal. All right.
Wow.
That is Vadarov. Third boss.
What vile evil is this?
Yeah, his
I think
speaker.
I know where to find Lady Thorn. Push onto the cathedral while I search for clues here.
Gwendis has shown up again.
Okay.
Let us know that what was going on in here.
By all the gods. What
Siphoning
kind of
energy,
monster does
reanimating
this?
dead vampires,
Siphoning the
yada
very
yada. So we're gonna
energies
see a
from
lot
living-
more of those
I can see the vicious
reanimated
logic.
vampires. as we
Mindless
go
fighters
forward.
ready to serve like
They're
a
kind
blood
of like,
fiend. I
standard
want to
enemies.
destroy anything that could be used to bring.
We're also gonna come up on a new enemy pretty soon.
Ooh. Yeah, I was warned already that some stuff might be very unexpected. Although Rich wouldn't tell me. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in here with this. It's tons of great visuals and really selling the scary aspect of this. The final boss in particular, when we get to that, you'll see. We really tried to play up, what is it?
Yeah,
So now we're coming out on.
I
Go
like
ahead.
the fact that it's not like a traditional dungeon sort of look. Right, it's not the
Right.
cave in the middle of nowhere.
Right. Yeah. You're not going into a dark hole. Or anything. Very much.
Very detailed.
Yes, absolutely. And this right here is a gargoyle that we're seeing. So this is the first time you see a gargoyle in this dungeon.
Oh. Did he just regenerate his health?
He did the Hemoptera healed him.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. We had Hemoptera. Make that fight a little bit easier. But yeah, now we're. This is actually, I think, one of the coolest spaces that we've done. This kind of walkway with the really tall architecture, the architecture.
Oh wow, that's really pretty.
Yeah.
And really detailed.
That tall tower is actually where we're gonna fight Lady Thorn.
Oh. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Yes. We'll fight the vampire lord that we have been talking about. And yeah, just whenever possible, we try to get those moments in game, the emotion of what we're going through. This one, we're like, how the Gothic Vampire Castle. I think the feeling of this is really hit that note.
Yeah, no, definitely. Especially doing it at night.
Save a few for the cage.
Come here, gargoyles. So you see these kind of like flame wave gargoyles in the next boss fight, which is coming up, but I won't spoil it. So go in here, and we see that Taufig is back. He's right there. Gwendis is going to run over here, talk to him. But now, spoiler alert, Taufig is a Blood Knight.
Oh
So now we
no.
have to
Well, this
Taufig
explains
empowered.
some things.
So
What
during
have
this fight, what he's
Taufig?
going to do is he's going to
There's no
wake up
running
some
away
of these
this time,
gargoyles.
monster.
You can tell which gargoyle he's going to wake up because the one that it's always the one closest to him.
Yeah.
The one that's closest to him is highlighted in red and it has red eyes. So if you see he's got that back left one, that's the one that
Yeah.
he's closest to. That's mainly a signifier for the tank that if you specifically want him to wake up very specific gargoyles, the tank can kind of drag the monster around.
That actually,
to where-
that's clever. I like that.
Yeah. What happens in this fight, as much as we try to have the NPCs that you're doing the quest for help out, be part of the fight, rather than just stand by on the sidelines. So what Gwendis is going to do is when a gargoyle wakes up, every once in a while she'll go and she'll channel energy into it to stun it. And the gargoyle at that time will take increased damage. So that's the perfect opportunity for you to kind of like, okay, let's go attack it when it's really, really weak. Finish it off so that you don't have to deal with it during the fight.
Okay.
I will save my ultimate because like makes you pain.
Because you have no faith.
That's not true. Did not say that. Did not
Merely.
say that.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. It's a lot of fun. Even harder on Pepper, of course, they all are.
Well, at
Very
this
hard
point,
on.
my ultimate will be back already by then, so.
Alright, he woke up this gargoyle. Now you see Gwendis is kind of channeling her energy
Yeah.
on it. And that's the perfect time to kind of look at it. A little bit easier on normal than it is on veteran. Like you can in normal he's only gonna wake up 3 gargoyles.
Okay.
But in veteran, all of them. Including in the last phase of veteran, he wakes all of them up at the same time.
Oh no!
So like he wakes up 3 and then he wakes up the last 3. There, that one's woken. Until the Gwent stuns it. That one has a nasty little AoE around it that makes it kill. It does a lot of damage, but it's super slow. So you can either wait for Gwendis to kill it from range, but you can absolutely avoid it. So Gwendis has it stunned now.
And he's
There you go. Look it out.
Woo. Oh, he's not so scary on normal.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Now this will follow you around and it hurts. Almost.
That was close. Yeah, that's painful.
So you're gonna wake this gargoyle up. He's gonna do a big thing for a second. You guys taking that thing out, no problem.
Yeah, Glinda showed up right away at that time. Super helpful.
Thanks, Gwendis.
Yeah. High five.
Around for a reason. So yeah, right about now in veteran, he would be waking up all the other gargoyles.
And I'm sure his health would regenerate because why not?
We have a lot more health. So, he gets to be pretty challenging. Alright, I didn't even need my ultimate. Need precaution. Gwendis tells you that's it. Thank God Calvin's dead. Let's rock on. Push on to Lady Thorn. Now we have the cool ramparts walks. You get to see.
Except that my
This
game is
is
frozen.
Oh no.
No, no. I'm sitting at him with about 11% health at the moment. And everyone's standing
I see.
still.
We
You're probably
may
right.
have beaten him.
I assumed so, since you were like, no, well, it's fine, we're gonna go. I'm like, Yeah,
She's got it. We'll
I
take it
can't
as well.
move. Oh wait, there we go. Everyone's dead now.
The cathedral is a true
That
god.
was
Glad to be rid of that
quick.
worm.
That was-
Oh, you're good. There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
And suddenly everything happened at once. There was lots of fire and stuff.
Are you still here, Finnigan? No, you're standing there.
I'm sorry. I was.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, that spot is dangerous. Don't stand there.
Hit a bug in.
All right. So now we get some cool shots of these ramparts. You can see off in the distance the bigger parts of the castle.
Oh, wow.
Places we've probably been to. We're working our way to the spire here.
Oh, it's pretty.
Yeah, it is.
New subjects for study.
This double gargoyle pull is pretty tough, but Shane's just gonna go right in. Whatever.
Oh my goodness!
Every time.
Leroy Jenkins, right?
You gotta push the limit for this double helix setup.
Oh, look at that. We were successful anyway. Maybe Shane did something.
Oh, you say that like you weren't expecting it.
No, I knew that was going to happen.
For your guts.
You got double sense button. That's so
I can't get over how detailed this place is. It's insane.
right? Yeah. And now what you can see is we're kind of making our way, and this is going to be, I think there's one more group after this before we fight and in the next room, Gwendis gets to and I mentioned that we like to incorporate the quest NPC and the person who's asking.
Oh yes.
Stone Guard. How that works is on the first boss, she's picking the lock to the door, and on the final boss, she's actually sabotaging his big. So it's actually a really cool moment where she's definitely.
As long as she helps a lot more than Lydia, it's okay.
Yes, right? She does not trigger traps and repeatedly die over and over again.
Yeah.
Found what remains of the prisoners. Such brutality.
All right.
Wait.
So that's
Look at
it.
all
So
these
now
documents.
Gwendis is going to investigate. We are going to go
There's
take on.
information here about Lady Thorn and the Grey Host. I need to study this.
That comes into play in another story.
Ooh.
So when you come in here, you can walk forward. Yeah, and you'll see Lady Thorn kind of descending.
And destroying my creations.
So this is the first time we've had a female vampire lord in the game.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. It turned out great.
I mean, health
I have
bar is a
not-
little intimidating, but you know, whatever.
I'm not going to explain this tonight. There's a lot. There's a lot to it. Suffice to say, we try to make sure that we paid attention to how we thought a vampire lord would operate. So she does that. You can see her hovering. She's going to land from time to time. She doesn't necessarily sit down and let you retreat on her. There's this big platform you want to get out of. Stand in the safe spot. The funny thing about this ability, that those little red things that pop up. So before, here's another safe spot. Stand. Hurry up. Come over here.
Coming really slow.
Yeah. This ability right here with the red. In development, before our effects team has a chance to do their magic with different good stay out of that, what we try to do is we just put in placeholder effects. So funny enough, the designer for that Jared, the placeholder effect he used for that red thing was the birthday cake. So now in development, or when we do internal testing, even though the effects are in, we still roll that in.
Do you ever like? Actually, I'm pretty sure you're going to say yes to this, but do you ever like work months on something and then just like at the end of it go, no, it doesn't work, scrap it?
Yes.
That's got to be kind of disheartening.
Yeah. It's mainly like, so we're very passionate, and it takes you know, a certain kind of our designers are really good about really wanting much work rather than just saying, you know, we're gonna do this because we spent a lot of time on it. We honestly, especially when we get to balance and internal balance and stuff like that, we have to be able to kind of look objectively at this and say, hey, this is working. All right, so now this is the big event. She has this bat swarm and a moving safe. Protect herself. Watch out. She'll dive. He will dive through and knock you off. Heal. Big heals. Run into the circle.
Working on it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so you want to stay in this circle and these little blood scavenger things right here.
Oh my gosh, no!
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Oh.
This fight went through a lot of iterations.
This reminds me of I think it's the Alchemist fight where there's like rocks flying around all over the place, and I don't remember which one that was, but it's so much like that. Yeah, either inside the circle or you're outside the circle, depending on what they're throwing at you.
Oh, it's the architect.
The architect, thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
From Mortal Magic. Yeah. So we've successfully done that. What you're doing there is you're killing those blood scavengers, and you're picking up the little essence that they drop in order to knock her out of the air. Yeah, she's quick. And that's another thing too, is when you're talking about highlighting her abilities as a vampire, we wanted to, you know, she does teleport, she disappears, she flies, all that stuff. So
I don't know how people can play this in first person, because I can't see anything, so my preferred is obviously in third person, because at least I can see what's going on around me. Especially
Are you in?
Yeah, I'm third round.
Okay, got it. Yeah, yep. It would be super difficult.
but immersive.
That is true. I love her VO.
Yeah. All of the, kind of like all the VOs that we've got, guys, are cases. All just fantastic.
Yeah, our cases is a riot.
Delicious.
You're wrecked.
You're sneaky.
Oh. Okay, thank you.
Delicious power.
That's why I love my neck roll.
Every scratch, every cut, the power in your veins fills the air.
We're gonna have a safe spot.
Will be the finest in years. Release the power
There it is.
within your blood.
Yep. Not falling for that one again.
Always stay inside. Block. If you block, she will not knock you away. You can also just dodge roll it.
so many buttons to learn.
Yeah, right.
I miss my controller.
Fuck. I use controller.
I got one. I don't know.
Nope.
Oh.
That's the other. All right, she's out of it. We're good.
That's intense.
Last. Oh, she's out of it. Success! We have killed Lady Thorn. Ended her reign of terror.
And she only killed me once. Yay!
Gwendis comes in here and explains a little bit about what she found, and like I said earlier, a lot of this context will make sense. She'll find out some information here, she'll find out some information in Stoneguard, and then when you do the prologue, it puts those two. Kind of like how we did in Harrow's.
An undead army
if you went to Unhallowed Grave, you saw where the Grey Reliquaries.
Destroyed.
You went to Ice Reach,
And a
all the
monstrous I
Ice
don't
Reach
know
puppets
what
making
vanished
Storm.
back to oblivion.
Then you do the prologue, and you see
You
the
do
Grey
incredible
Reliquaries
work.
together with the Storms. Making
Seriously.
Harrow's.
I don't know what might have happened.
So
if
yeah,
you
that's
went
kind of
ahead.
how this will play out. You do the
Thanks.
prologue, it all makes sense how you're doing the dungeon, but it's not required in order to keep the story going.
My next step
Yeah,
is
no,
contacting
it's
House Raven.
beautiful. It's
The
absolutely
documents I found
gorgeous. I mean,
describe
this is
Lady Thorn's
probably
plan
going
in
to be my
significant
favorite
detail.
dungeon.
An army of darkness joining forces with the
Oh.
Grey Host.
Yeah, both of these dungeons, they're. I highly suggest you go and check out the other one too, because they are very different. They're very unique in their appearance. This is the gothic castle feel. The other one has a mad science lab feel to it. So
Yeah,
absolutely check out the other one.
Can't wait to try that one out as well. Because like, I'm all for the whole crazy people thing.
They're all for the crazy people.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Alright, well thank you guys. I mean, you're very hospitable, and thank you for saving my life twice. It was lovely.
No problem.
But yeah, I mean, you guys have done such a great job. I mean, you know, this is probably one of the DLCs that I've looked forward to the most. And you know, obviously getting to chat to you and you know, hear from your side why you've done certain things, what you're passionate about, and that is really making a difference, I think.
Wonderful. We love to show it off. It's a lot of fun. We work so hard on it. It's nice to get to finally show it to people.
No, that's fantastic. I'm sure once we're allowed to actually show this footage, it's going to you know, open a lot of people's eyes to exactly what goes into it, which is always nice to know. You know, it's great when you love a game and there's like certain aspects of it that you really love, but to hear how the guys behind it are so passionate about it, it really makes it special.
Yeah. Absolutely, and yeah, we're definitely excited about this. Anytime we can get these dungeons out and show them off.
That's awesome. Any last words? What are we working on next?
We'll tell you later.
Play the prologue. It might spoil a few things.
Might spoil
if you
a few
like
things.
Vampire, you might appreciate it even that much more. But
Yeah.
either way, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, fantastic. I see Kai's kind of unmuted himself there as soon as we started speaking about what we're working on next. Alright, but I really appreciate the time you guys took out to run through this with me and explain everything, and you know, yeah, like I said, great job. Yeah, can't wait for people to be able to play this.
Awesome.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
It's fun.